Hello everyone, my name is Subhan Shrestha, and today I'll be creating a database using a ZAGI file that is given in the book. For this, first of all, I'm gonna create a database called ZAGI. Now you can see ZAGI is successfully created. Now we're gonna use ZAGI for the rest of the assignment. Uh, so use ZAGI. There you go. Now we have been given 8 different tables. I'm gonna create our first table that is called create table that is vendor. Okay, so we have vendor ID, star character, 2 characters, not no, and then we have vendor name variable character, that's gonna be 25, and then we have also not no, and then at last we have primary key that is vendor ID. We have vendor ID as a primary, yeah, and then those are the parentheses. Okay, now we can see we have a table that is vendor, and you can see we have vendor ID and vendor name. Now after this we're going to create another table that is going to be category. So we're going to write the same code, create table that is category. Okay, under category we have category ID, ID with we'll say 2 characters, not no, and then we have category the ID character. Okay, not no, and then we have category name that has variable characters, which is gonna be 25 and not no. After that we're gonna have primary key on this too. Primary key is gonna be category ID. Okay, we have now another table called category. Now let me flash this, see if this is gonna work. Yeah, it's gonna work. And then we can see here we have another table that is called category ID. Now we're gonna create another table that has been given that's called product. So we're gonna create table for product. Okay, on that we have product ID character 2, no, on this we have character 3 and not no. Okay, and we have product name variable characters characters gonna be 25, not no, and we're gonna have another one that is called product price, and for this one we're gonna have numeric, says 7,2. Okay, gonna be not no, and then we're gonna have vendor ID, okay, change to, yeah, not no, we're gonna have category ID with 2 characters, not no. After category ID we're gonna have primary key in this table. For this table is gonna be product ID, and also since we have vendor ID and character ID, we're gonna also have a foreign key, which is gonna be vendor ID, references, vendor, that is gonna be vendor ID. Okay, now we're gonna have another key, foreign key, that is gonna be category ID, and we're gonna have references category, gonna be category ID. Okay, this is it. And I'm gonna close this one. Just something is wrong. Category ID. Oh, we're gonna close this one too. Okay, now it should work. Now let's see if this works. Yep. Now we're gonna have another table that is called product. If we see product, we're gonna have product ID, product name, product price, vendor ID, and category ID. Okay. Now let's go to our SQL file. Let's close this. I'm gonna close this one too. So now another table, we're gonna create reason. Create demo reason. For this, we're gonna have reason ID, character just 1, not no, also I forgot to put this over here. Okay, not no, and then we're gonna have reason name, variable character is gonna be, we have 25, so not no, and then we're gonna have primary key for this table, that is reason ID. I'm gonna declare this with reason ID and then close this one. So this is for reason. Okay, now let's run this. There you go. Now we have another table that is reason right here. Now we're gonna create another table that is store. Create table store. Now In this we have store ID, store ID, variable characters. There's gonna be three variable characters. No. And then we're gonna have store zip, and then we're gonna have characters, about 5 of them, and then no, and then we're gonna have reason ID as reason ID character. We have 1, and then no. After reason ID, we're gonna have primary key for this table is gonna be, of course, store ID. Okay. And then last, we're gonna have a foreign key. Since we have that reason ID in there, reason ID is gonna be the foreign key, which is gonna give the references. It's called reason and reason ID. So let's close and run this program. Okay. All right. So now we have another table that is store, and if you open store, we can see we have store ID, store zip, and reason ID. Okay. Let's go to the SQL file again. Now we're gonna create another table that is for customer. Create table for customer. We have customer ID. We have characters. How many characters we have? 7. So not no. And then we're gonna have customer name and customer name. Variable characters we have about 15, and so on. No. We have customer zip. We have customer zip character. How many characters? 5 characters. And no. And then we're gonna have primary key on this table. It's gonna be, of course, character customer ID. All right. Now let's go ahead and create this table. There you go. Now we have another table called customer. After this, we're going to create another table for sales transaction. So create table that is sales transactions. Okay. For this, we're going to have TID, that is characters. We're going to have 8. No. After this, we're gonna have customer ID, get 7. No. We're gonna have store ID. Variable characters gonna be 3. No. We're gonna have another called tdate. Tdate, and I'm gonna have a date here. Close. No. And then we're gonna have primary key for this table. primary key. This table is going to be TID. Okay, and we also have foreign key. Foreign key for this table is going to be customer ID. Customer ID. References. Customer. And customer ID. Okay. We also have another that is called store ID. Foreign key, that is store ID. References store and store ID. Okay. There you go. Now let's create and just table right here. Okay, now we're gonna have another table that is gonna be sales transaction. In sales transactions we have TID, customer ID, store ID, and TDate. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna create another table that is gonna be last table, which is gonna be include. Create table include. Then we're gonna include product ID with characters 3. Not now. We're gonna have TID variable with how many? 8 variables characters. 8. That's gonna be not now. And then we're gonna have quantity int called no. And then we're gonna have primary key for this table is gonna be product ID, and two primary key of product ID and TID. Product ID and TID. Okay. And then also we have a foreign key. Also we have a foreign key that is TID and product ID. Yeah, product ID. References product, that is product ID. Okay. Now we have another foreign key that is TID references D. Yes, sales transaction. Sales transaction. Sales transactions. TID. Okay. Now let's see if this is gonna create another table include. we are. Now we have another table called include 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So far we have 8 tables. Now after creating a tables, we're going to insert value on all of those tables. Now since we have a first table that is a vendor, we have first table that is vendor, we're going to insert a value on vendor. So for that we're going to write a code insert into vendor values, gonna be pz comma pz, and we're gonna put Pacifica and gear. Pacifica gear. Here I'm gonna close this, and then I'm gonna close this. All right, so let's see if this is gonna put the value. So we have vendor. If we go and see table on the vendor, now you can see there's a value here, vendor ID PC and vendor name Pacifica here. Okay, similarly we're gonna put value, one more value on into vendor. Okay, because we have 2 characters, so we're gonna do same things into vendor values, that is gonna be mk comma, we have Mountain King, MOUNTAIN, we have called Mountain King. Okay, now all right, there you go. Now after vendor we have we're gonna put 2 values into category. So insert into category values, that is gonna be CP, C as in camping, camping, close it, and there you go. Okay, now we're gonna create another. I'm just gonna copy it from the top, and I'm gonna put 2 values, that's FW, and it's gonna be footwear. Okay, it's easy. Okay, now after category we're gonna this as well, so I don't forget. All right, after this I'm gonna insert values into product table. So we have insert into product values. So for this table we have when we have bag GGG bag, comma, we have 100 comma, we have PC, we have CP. Now let's see if this code is working. We have 1x1 command ZZ bag, comma, okay, this 100 comma PZ comma, okay, there you go. Now let's see if it's gonna take the value. Yep, that's right. So we need about we have 6 characters. So I'm just gonna copy this code in the front, so I don't have to write it all the time. Okay. So in this we have 2, okay, 2 comma, we have another product called EasyBoot. EASYBOOT, EasyBoot, comma, how many we have? 70, comma, and then that is MKFW, say MKFW. Is right? Yeah. Now we have another values that is gonna be 3, comma, that is cozy socks, cozy sock. Okay, now we have cozy sock, we have about 15 MKFW. Okay, for this we have the same thing. It's gonna be MKFW. Okay. Now we have another value that is gonna be 4 to 4. Okay. Now we have durable. We have how many? 90, and it's gonna be PZ after PZ. So now we have another one that is 5, teeny tint. Okay, I mean tiny tint. 5, close this one, open this one, tiny tint, and we have how many? 150. Goes under MKCP. Okay, MKCP. Okay, now we have another one that is last one. We're gonna do 6 in 6. Okay, that is gonna be big tint, BICCY, big tint. We got 250 KCP. We're gonna close this one right here. All right, these are the values for table product. Let's see if this gonna insert the values for our. There you go. We have some mistake. Oh, okay. This is duplicate. I already run that one, so let's run this. There you go. So now if we go and check product, we have all the values installed. I mean over here. Okay, now we're gonna, another one we got is for a reason. So we got insert into reason values. That is gonna be C for Chicagoland. Okay, C for Chicagoland. Okay, then close it, bracket, and close it. Okay, now we got one more T for tri-state. I mean, we got one more. Insert into reason values. We got T that is try state. Okay, close this one. Let me put this value into reason. If we go and check reason, we have reason ID and reason name. All right, now we're gonna insert values for store, table store. Insert into store values. That is gonna be S1, and we have given 6600, and we have given C. Yes, we close it. We have two more values for this store. That is going to be insert into store values. That is going to be S2, and we have 6605. That is C as well. Okay, so that, and we have insert into store values. We have S3, obviously. We have 35400 for using in here. D. We can close the this. All right. So far we don't have no error. So let's go and put this value to table store. There we go. Now if we go and check the store, we're gonna have store ID, store type, and reason ID. Okay. Let's go back to SQL file. Now we're gonna put values for customer. Insert into customer values 1 to 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, and the name of the customer is gonna be Tina. Okay. Okay. And we have two more customer given. Insert into customer values. We have 4. The name of customer is going to be Tony. We have 6611. Let's close this. We have one more customer. It's going to be customer values. It's going to be Pam. 3, 4, 5, 5, 5. It's going to be Pam. 35401. So far we don't have no error, so let's go ahead and add this value to customer. There we go. Now if you go and check customer, you're gonna have 3 customer ID, customer name, and the zip code. Okay. Now what we have left is for sales transaction. Insert into sales transaction values, which is going to be T111. So we have this one. Also we have date for them, 2020 plus 01 01. Okay, I'm gonna copy this so I don't have to write it all the time. So far we have 5 characters, so let's do one more. The next one we have is T is in 222. Now we're gonna have 2 3 4 4 4. Okay, and then we're gonna have S2. Okay, and then we're gonna have date 2020 01 2020 01 01, and then this one we're gonna have another one that is T333. Okay, 333. I'm gonna have 3 4 5 5. Yeah, 3 4 5 5 5. I'm gonna have S3, and last we're gonna have the date that is 2 0 2 0 1, and then I'm gonna close this. We're gonna have two more. And is 4 4 4. 4 5 5 1 2 3 3. This was 1 2 3. Okay, 1 2 3 3 3. Okay, so this is 3 4 5 5 5. 3 4 5 5 5. So that's 4. And then finally we have the date that is 0 2 0 1 0 1. Yep, we're gonna have one more that is T 5 5 5, comma 2 3 4 4 4 2 3 4 4 4. That's 5. I have 2020 02 01. Okay, now let me go ahead and put this value into the table. Oh, we got error. Okay, now let's see if we already there you go, because it's ironic twice, that's why it was not taking it, I guess. Okay, now we have values versus transaction. Now let me do for includes, and we have about 6 includes. So let's see, insert into includes values. That's gonna be 1 to 1, and another is gonna be t111, another is gonna be 1. Okay, right. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. Just have to write all that. So we're gonna do another one that is gonna be 2 2 2 2 t22 t22 1. Okay, now we have another one that is 333 3 3. We have t33 t33, and we have 5. Okay, now we have another one that is 4 4 4 4 4 4 4. We have t333 again, and we have 1 in bracket. We have another one that is 2 2 2 1 2 3. Ah, there was 1. So far, that's good. I'm gonna have after 1 and 4 4 4. That is 4 4 4. 4 4 4. And we have 1. Okay. So far, it's good. So now we have another one that is 2 2 2 again. 2 2 t444 again. t444. For that we have 2. Now we have after 2 we have 4. After 4 we have 5 6. 5 6 5. last one we have is finally 666 D555, we have 1. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and check this if everything is right, and it is wrong. T1 so we got values into include. Let's see if we have anything in here. So we have nothing in here. The first one is wrong. Let me so wrong. Error triple ZAGI don't includes does not exist. Okay, so that is include. Let me put include. Okay. Now this will do it. Let's see if this is gonna do it. Yep, and there we go. We have all the values insert in include table. All right. Okay. Now, for the assignment, our program starts to do if we can so only the names that start with T in the front. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select select our customer from customer to select from customer. Okay. I'm gonna run this. So now there you go. We have a customer for the table here. So let's say select star from customer. Okay, where customer name like T. Okay, like T. Now this one is, as you can see, now it only shows the customer name that starts with T. That is the first question, and then another one is he asked us to do if we can add 2 more customers in a customer table. For that, we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna do insert into customer. Okay, customer. And he also gave us some name for that. So that is gonna be 2 3 5 5 5. Okay, and we have the name called Mike, and his ID is gonna be 60633. We're gonna put another customer that is 2 3 and 666 and her name is gonna be Suzanne, and ID is gonna be 16644. Okay, now let's see if this is gonna put customer into our table. So we go ahead and check for the customer table. There we go. We have 2 name added, that is Mike and Suzanne, to the customer table. That's it for this assignment. Thank you all for watching. Thank you.